Hi there, it's me, Holly. So, this is the last video we're going to do with this paragraph that we're talking about today. Understanding that an adult who has a heart full of love cannot harm another human being or living thing. Therefore, if an adult hurt you physically or emotionally, it was just an expression of the pain they were carrying within them. The pain of feeling unwanted, unloved, unworthy, and not good enough. So, in this video, that's what I wanted to talk about, okay? Now, what this book really takes you through, as well as observing the grown-ups that raised you, understanding that they were in pain and they passed that pain on to you, and I honestly think this is the way it's meant to be. That's why we chose this experience, because we wanted to know what that felt like as a soul. Okay, as a soul. We're going to get to the soul talks more later. We're trying to get there first. So we're going there from the human perspective first. So what happens is, the other thing that book, Your Past is a Gift, walks you through is to start observing yourself and to start looking at when you've been in pain or when you've been. Observe your behavior. How are you feeling? And how do you interact with others? Okay, say for example, for me, for a really long time, because through all my childhood, I felt invisible to my mum. I spent a great part of my adult life, huge chunk, treating others like they were invisible and that I didn't care. That's just the way it was, right? So, if inside there is great pain. Now, I've had 2 major depressions. With the first one, I actually went inwards. I took the pain inside. I didn't want to share it with anyone, and I completely closed off. I stopped talking to everyone. All I could do was cry. I cried and cried and cried for about a year and a half. I couldn't stop crying. That's all I could manage, but I stopped talking because I didn't see the point at that stage of saying anything anymore. I'd given up, right? But the second depression I had in 2010 was a very different depression. This depression was filled with anger. I had so much pain inside. And it was like a huge storm for me, very different to the first one, where it was just this darkness. The second one was like this brooding storm. It felt like something wanted to explode out of me. And yes, I cried and cried and cried through the second one. But with the second depression, anytime someone would try to come and comfort me in any way, or talk to me in any way, really communicate with me, I would lash out. So my second depression was really about pushing people away as much as I could. It's just leave me alone. But in a very different way to the first one, as in leave me alone. I'm not letting you in. This was a leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. And if I have to be rude so you never talk to me again, then that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I did to a lot of people. I was unforgivably rude to a lot of people through my second depression, because I was in so much pain that I wanted everyone around me to know how much it hurt. It was very different to the first time. But that in itself, to me, was a huge gift, because in that moment that I was in so much pain that I wanted to hurt everyone else around me, was that I understood how people can hurt other people. Because up until that point, I'd never done that. I'd never allowed myself to hurt others. And it wasn't that I was deliberately going out of my way to hurt others. It was that I just at that point didn't care anymore. I just didn't care. Because again, I just didn't want to be here. I prayed and prayed and prayed for God to take me. And I was still here. And I had had enough. So I had nothing left to lose, nothing left for anyone. I just didn't care. But at that point, I hurt a lot of people. So I know firsthand what it is to hurt others because of the pain you carry inside. And it's very important for you to start observing yourself, because for me, you see it in others when you can see it in yourself. When you start to observe, oh, why did I treat that person that way? And then you look back and you think, oh, because I feel that way. Think about it. Really think about it. When you're in a good mood, when you're happy, you're joyful, you want to share that with everyone. You know, you want to make others happy. It's a contagious thing. You want to lift others up. You want everyone to feel good because you feel good. Everything comes out of you is inside of you. When you react, when you're interacting with others, how you interact with them, everything has to do with how you're feeling inside. How you feel about yourself. Do you feel, like for a long time I was feeling unworthy. So you treat others like they're unworthy. You're not good enough. You treat others like they're not good enough. You're just projecting out into the world what's inside of you. When you're in pain, it hurts. You want others to hurt as well. You want them to know how it feels. And it's very important that you see it in yourself first. If you can see how it works in you, that when you're happy, when you're in a good mood, it's great. You treat others really well. You're kind, you're generous, you want others to be happy. But when you're not, how do you treat others? How do you interact with others? So this is something you need to start observing. When you're rude to someone, stop. Wait, why was I rude? Start to look at it in yourself. Why was I rude? I'm trying to hurt that person, or I'm trying to treat them like they're less than me. Why? Because I feel like I'm less than them. I'm less than others. So, it's really about looking at your behaviors, how you talk to others, how you treat others, and then bring it back to you. How do you feel inside about yourself that you had to treat them that way? And as we are with others, it's with everything. Other people, other animals, other even objects. How we treat objects, says, so much about how we feel about ourselves. When we don't care for the things around us, we don't care about ourselves. Everything is an expression. We are expressing out into the world how we feel about ourselves all the time. Everything is a reflection of what we're thinking and feeling about ourselves. Everything. And the moment you start to see it in yourself, you will start to, it's like, honestly, the moment I had that realization with that second depression, I began to see it everywhere. Everywhere. Like people would be angry with me and I'd be looking at them like, why are you angry? Like rather than take it on like a personal attack, I'd be like looking back at, why are you angry? Are you not worthy? Are you not good enough? What is it that you're trying to tell me with your anger? Like I'd be all the time thinking, what is going on with this person that they're doing that? Or treating this person like that, or treating that like that? Do they feel they are less than? Do they feel they're not good enough? Do they feel... I couldn't help it. I'd started to see it everywhere, And with that, more so with the parents that raised us and the grown-ups that raised us. You begin to see it more clearly. It makes more sense. You start to see their pain. Their shame. their fears. But you need to see it in you first. You need to start looking at how you're interacting with the world. The words that you use. Very important, the words that we choose. Why do we choose those words? Abandoned. You know why? Why would I say that my mother abandoned me when she was there my whole childhood, and to this day she's still there, she's still alive? And yet to me as a child, I felt abandoned because that's how she felt when her mum died. And she passed that on to me. You know, start looking at the words you use as well, because they're also full of clues of what you're thinking of yourself, of how you're feeling about yourself. Everything is an expression of you. You are constantly expressing what is going on inside you. Even when you don't interact with others, when you choose not to talk to others, that is also an expression. You're withholding. There's a lot to think about. So I'm going to leave you with this video today. And share with me in the comments, you know, if you're having moments that things are coming up for you, light bulb moments or things like that. Or if you need help with anything, you know, any questions, any comments that come up. Always remember, it's not just for the one, because you're not the only one going through what you're going through. Even if you feel like you are, I promise you there are more out there just like you. And every comment and every question that comes up that we can work with, it helps others. All right, my darlings, I love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. And I'll see you in the next video, okay? Bye for now.